say my last relationship definitely taught me, like, when somebody show you who they are,
believe them.
The 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th time, you have to believe them.
I think Little Baby is bisexual. I was sucking his, and I started going down. And yeah, he didn't stop me. He pulled his lip.
Jayda let slip just the tiniest detail, and instantly, the internet went wild with speculation. She never actually dropped a name, but the way she hinted at things practically confirmed what fans had been whispering about for months: Lil Baby's rumored sugar daddy. And the craziest part? Everything she suggested lined up perfectly with what people had already suspected. She didn't hop on live and call the man out directly, but her posts, little gestures, and insider-level hints had fans convinced she was pointing to one of the most powerful figures in Lil Baby's circle. The same guy tied to that infamous white party photo. We're talking private jets, courtside seats, billionaire connections, the stuff that's kept the gossip mill buzzing for years. But here's where it gets messy. According to the theory blowing up online, Jayda allegedly walked away after finding out he might be on the down low. That flips the whole narrative, because what looked like mentorship or business support could have been way more personal than anyone realized. And whether you believe it or not, the timing, the subtle receipts, and Jayda's whole energy have fans convinced she just exposed the very name Lil Baby's been trying to keep far away from headlines. Before the rumors hit full throttle, Jayda even admitted she tried to rekindle things with Baby, but fans think that was the final breadcrumb. To them, it meant she had already seen the truth behind closed doors and made her choice.
My last relationship definitely taught me, like, when somebody show you who they are,
believe them.
The 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th time, you have to believe them. No matter how much, like, time really don't heal.
I don't know.
Time do not heal. That person gonna always be them.
Time only heals if a person is, like, mentally there with it. You know, like, time don't heal if it's two people on two.
Once that little clue slipped, fans didn't even have to play detective. The name was already on their minds. Right away, everyone's memory flashed back to that infamous photo. The viral shot from Michael Rubin's legendary white party. You know, the one Lil Baby front and center, Rubin right next to him, and another guest so close it looked like they were moving in sync. But it wasn't just some group selfie. The body language, the angles, the smiles, they spoke louder than words. Fans went screenshot crazy, breaking down every pixel like it was evidence in a trial. And right on cue, 50 Cent stirred the pot. He reposted the picture with a caption dripping in shade, basically asking, "What's really going on here?" That was the spark that turned quiet whispers into a full-blown internet storm. For those paying attention, that white party flick was never just a casual snapshot. It became the visual receipt that seemed to back up every rumor fans had been whispering for months. To them, Rubin wasn't just some rich guy in Baby circle. He was allegedly the one pulling strings financially and maybe even personally. From there, the jokes got sharper, the memes got messier, and the download chatter picked up speed. Suddenly, every time Lil Baby popped up with Rubin or any high-powered figure, fans were analyzing it frame by frame like it was FBI evidence. Whether you believe it or not, that one picture became the internet's smoking gun. Because Rubin isn't just a random guest photobombing a party. He's a billionaire with deep ties to athletes, moguls, and some of the most powerful names in entertainment. And Lil Baby? He's been right there in the mix with him, side by side for years, but of course, Baby tried to cool things down. He brushed it off, saying there was nothing shady, no secrets, just a playful wrestling moment caught on camera at the wrong time. According to him, Rubin's a real friend, and that viral shot was nothing more than bad timing.
Ever hugging me. You know what I'm saying? I was dapping Kuzman up, and Mike happy to see me. He ran over there, and we started like wrestling, like touching it. And that picture, Mike, one of my real good friends, we had a party with goddamn 200-300 people. There's nothing weird could go on with all these people in the mix, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna get on the internet and go back and forth. And I told him, man, that's a crazy looking picture, you know what I'm saying?
Even after Lil Baby tried to clear the air, fans still found plenty of reasons to side-eye his friendship with Rubin. The gambling story, especially, just refuses to fade away. Baby himself admitted he once blew through nearly $9 million in just 2 days. When things spiraled out of control, someone had to step in. And that someone was Michael Rubin, according to Baby. Rubin personally reached out to the casinos and had him banned, making sure he couldn't keep throwing money away. To some, it looked like nothing more than a loyal friend having his back. But for those already convinced by the down low theory, it looked way different. More like a man protecting his investment, making sure his star player never slipped too far off track. Then came another twist. For years, Lil Baby had proudly built an image around being tattoo-free. He even explained in interviews that avoiding ink helped him navigate the business world without being boxed into stereotypes. No tattoos, clean cut, moving differently. That was his trademark. So when fans spotted his first ever tattoos, it immediately made headlines. But it wasn't just that he got ink, it was where he got them. Right on his inner thighs. The timing and placement had the internet buzzing. Why there, of all places? Then came the performance that sent the whole thing into overdrive. Lil Baby hit the stage in shorts, a tank top, and a bright pink belt, pulling his shorts up just enough to show the new tattoos. Cameras were rolling, and one fan clip went viral instantly. People zoomed in, slowed it down, and reposted with captions that were anything but subtle. Some shrugged it off as him flexing his new ink. Others tied it straight back to the DL rumors, calling it a quiet reveal of another side of him. By this point, the chatter had Baby visibly worn down. On Lil Yachty's podcast, he tried addressing it again. He admitted the jokes weren't funny and even claimed he pulled white party security footage to prove the hug with Rubin was quick and harmless. But here's the catch. He never actually released the footage. And on the internet, saying you have proof, but not showing it usually makes people think you've got something to hide. That only poured more fuel on the fire. And then, another name kept popping back up. James Harden. Their friendship has never exactly been low-key. Courtside appearances, trips, big events. They've been moving like a package deal for years. But the moment that really set the internet ablaze came in 2020, when Harden showed up with one of the most extravagant birthday gifts anyone had ever seen. Not just a Prada duffel bag stuffed with $100,000 cash. Not just a Richard Mille watch worth of fortune, but also honey buns. Yes, actual honey buns.
I hear that you say that you don't have any tattoos at all?
Nope.
What's the reason why you made sure in the world of tattoos, you don't have any?
Being younger, like, I don't want no tattoo. I know I'm gonna have something to do when I get older.
Yes, sir.
Put my money in, I don't want to be like a thug. Like, even though, like, I'm almost a thug, I was a thug.
Yeah.
I don't want to be no thug. You feel me? I don't want people to look at me like I'm a thug. You know what I'm saying? That ain't what I want. People with tattoos, and to me, you look like a thug.
Yeah.
Only time you see me getting a tattoo.
The clip of Lil Baby opening that Prada duffel bag went viral in seconds. Some fans brushed it off as nothing more than a rich friend flexing. No big deal. But others saved it as another receipt in the bigger story. One viral comment said it best with a sly joke. Lil Baby been giving his honey buns to Harden. And that's the thing about the internet. You don't need hard proof. A few flashy moments, some inside jokes, and suddenly a theory feels airtight. Harden's birthday stunt became one of those so-called receipts, and it definitely wasn't the last. Not long after, the duo made headlines again, this time in Paris during Fashion Week 2021. They weren't looking for trouble, but trouble came anyway. French police pulled over their car, claiming they smelled cannabis, and the whole thing unfolded under dozens of cameras. Harden was frisked, questioned, and eventually released. Lil Baby, though, wasn't as lucky. He was fined for possession and photographed being escorted into a police van. Of course, those photos hit the internet before they even made it back to the hotel. Another viral headline, another clip for the compilation videos, and Harden was right there in the middle of it again. At the time, people chalked it up to bad luck. But in hindsight, fans folded it neatly into the growing pattern. The whispers didn't stop there. Over time, the speculation expanded, pulling in new names. Some even suggested Lil Baby might have had ties to Juice WRLD. Nothing confirmed, no proof, just more fuel for the down-low rumors. The storyline kept building until the leaked tape drama hit. Clips suddenly started circulating online, allegedly showing Lil Baby in a compromising situation with another man. The internet exploded. Baby had no choice but to respond. He hopped on social media, blasting the accusations. Y'all gotta stop using my name and likeness when y'all get bored. The extremes y'all go to for clout are sick. Ain't no mystery in my history. This my last time addressing dumb clickbait. No flaws, no cap in my raps. But instead of shutting things down, his statement poured gasoline on the fire. Speculation doubled, memes got louder, and the download chatter kept growing. Then came another curveball. Instagram model Teresa Lava jumped in on a podcast. She hinted at a personal encounter with Lil Baby and suggested he might not be fully straight. She didn't spill every detail, but she dropped just enough breadcrumbs to keep the rumor mill running at full speed.
A Prada bag because he proud of me, full of honey buns. With a honey bun, you know what I'm saying? Man, shit ain't got serious, man. You hear me, man? I'm on the ground with a honey bun and a honey bun.
You got too rich, man?
Too rich in one day, man.
And he proud of you.
Hey, he brought me a Prada bag because he proud of me, man. You feel me?
Prada bag because he proud of you.
Yeah.
Honey bun.
They gonna have to catch up tomorrow. They gonna have to catch up tomorrow. They gonna have to catch up tomorrow. But they gonna try to try. Shit. They right, y'all.
You come on. You deserve it. Come on.
Yeah, you know, I like getting that paper. Hey, don't.
One short quote lit the internet on fire. Yeah, he was holding him. Just 4 little words, but they were enough to spark a storm across social media, fan forums, and gossip threads. Context didn't matter. The vagueness didn't matter. People instantly started dissecting it, connecting the dots, and tying it right back to the rumors that have been swirling for months. That's how celebrity culture works. A single line doesn't just stay a line. It becomes a spark. The catalyst for conversations, memes, debates, and endless speculation. Fans started revisiting old performances, past interviews, and even random side glances, trying to decide if they'd missed any hidden signs that now felt obvious in hindsight. Meanwhile, Jayda has stayed completely silent through it all. No confirmations. No denials. Not even a cryptic comment. And to fans, that silence feels intentional. She's keeping her private life locked down, maintaining her image, and focusing on the parts of her life she actually controls. By refusing to feed into the chaos, she's been able to appear polished and in control, confident in her public appearances, interviews, and on social media. Every move feels carefully calculated to protect her brand, safeguard her business, and keep her co-parenting balance intact. And in an era where everyone rushes to post their side of the story, her silence stands out. The strategy cuts 2 ways. On one hand, it makes her look above the drama, someone who refuses to get dragged into messy online debates. On the other, fans argue that staying quiet only fuels the fire, letting the whispers run wild without ever shutting them down. And that's the power of silence. In today's digital culture, saying nothing can so at times speak louder than any statement. Rough it all, Jayda's focus on business, family, and her own priorities has drawn a sharp contrast to the constant noise surrounding her. But still, those 4 words, yeah, he was holding him, continue to echo online, keeping speculation alive and reminding everyone that sometimes even the smallest quote can create waves that last way longer than anyone expected.
Baby's at, but the 3rd time we linked up, I ate his pull out. Yeah, I think little baby. I was sucking his, and I started going down. And yeah, he didn't stop me. He put his legs back to him. It was a 1-night stand. Play with little baby's ass. He gave me $40,000. So little baby had slid in my DMs. He asked me if I was in Miami, and I told him, yeah. He texted me, told me to pull up, and the first time we linked up was weird. He kept touching me. Like, I get it. You know, you got a lot of people that's just a setup situation. But it was just weird because he kept touching me and he was just rubbing me. Like, it got to the point where I felt like, okay, is he like trying to figure out if I'm a woman or a man? And then after that, it was fascinating, honestly.
People aren't just curious anymore. They're waiting, almost collectively holding their breath, eager for the next bombshell to drop. They want context, they want clarity, but more than anything, they want connection. They want to feel like they're inside the story, piecing it together right alongside the celebrities themselves. And in doing so, they've created a cycle that never ends. Speculation fuels attention. Attention invites more scrutiny. And more scrutiny only feeds the rumors, ensuring the buzz never fades. Here's the thing. Perception quickly becomes reality. Even without solid proof, repeated interactions, strange coincidences, and subtle patterns start to carry weight. Slowly but surely, they shape the narrative. And the internet is packed with self-proclaimed detectives, archiving every detail, compiling evidence, and serving up their own interpretations. Once that machine starts running, it's nearly impossible for a denial, a clarification, or even the truth itself to put the brakes on it. His story grows bigger than reality itself, which circles back to the question everyone keeps asking. What's the next bombshell? With every event, every cryptic post, every new connection, the possibilities multiply. Will it be a revelation about a personal relationship, a bold business move, an unexpected collaboration? Or will it be some completely unplanned moment that blindsides the internet and sends the gossip mill into overdrive? Fans can't look away. The anticipation itself has become entertainment. For those who've been following the saga from the start, it's no longer just about the individual events. It's about the ongoing mystery. Every sighting, every snippet, every throwaway comment suddenly feels monumental. Because in this world, context is king and timing is everything. People connect at lightning speed. Small details get spun into viral moments overnight. And the lingering question, what's next, pulls more and more people into the story. Rumors, speculation, and curiosity intertwine, creating an environment where anticipation never stops. The cycle is clear. One spark sets off a reaction, the internet dissects it, and soon the next clue or misunderstood moment emerges to keep the conversation alive. At the end of the day, maybe the fascination isn't even about uncovering truth. Maybe it's about engagement, speculation, and community. People want to talk, argue, predict. Every headline, every viral clip, every subtle gesture keeps the cycle spinning. Maybe the real question isn't whether the rumors are true or false. Maybe it's about the next shockwave waiting to drop. And when it does, the internet will be ready, scrolling, dissecting, and analyzing every frame in real time. For those who've been following closely, the saga has become interactive. What do you think comes next? Every twist, every surprise moment only fuels the obsession. And if there's one thing this story has proven, it's that the whispers aren't going anywhere. They'll keep returning, no matter how much time passes, because fans are already waiting for the next headline, the next performance, the next move, and the next reveal.